Hello and welcome to Nerdy and Flirty. I am so excited to be here and to be talking to you because I have a really exciting episode planned out for you. And this is our first real episode. This episode is going to be all about my monthly reset. This is a routine that I do every single month without fail, and I've been doing it since before 2020. So that's a few years now, and I love it. I love it not only because it works, but because it's simple. It's simple, it's effective, and it gets me thinking about things that I don't even realize I needed to think about until I'm doing this monthly reset. I want to take you through my exact monthly reset plan, my journaling prompts, every single thing that I do at the start of every single month to help me achieve my goals, get me focused, reflect on the past month, set goals, set new habits, all the things about productivity, habit stacking, and everything in between. So grab a piece of paper, grab your laptop, take out your phone, whatever you normally use to journal or to keep track of your thoughts, use that. I personally use my laptop for this. I like to type this out just because I always know where it is, but usually I'm a paper and pen person. But for some reason for this, I started it on my computer and I just haven't looked back because I actually like having it all on the same page. So if I could recommend anything to you, it would be keep this all in the same place, whether it's the same journal, the same Word document. Like I just keep adding and adding and adding to this random Word document that I have on my computer. And I have it all the way back to 2020 every single month. So it's a pretty long document at this point, I must say. But take out whatever you prefer. It doesn't really matter where you're putting it as long as you know where it is. So when starting this monthly reset, it's important to do it on a day that you actually want to set goals. And I know that sounds silly, but even if it's the first day of the month, I personally do not do this routine until I'm in the mindset or in the mood to set goals and be reflective and be inspired. It's important that you're in an inspired mood in order to do this because if not, your goals or your reflections might be a little bit skewed to the negative side, even though the next day you might wake up feeling positive. So I personally like to do this on a day that I'm feeling good, even if that means it's the third, fourth, fifth, sixth day of the month. I personally don't push myself to do it on the first of the month if I'm not feeling up to it. I look forward to doing this. I get so excited to set my goals and reflect and be really intentional about my next month and my previous month. So just make sure you're doing it on a day that is beneficial to you so that you can set yourself up for success. That's why I wanted to put this out early because I know it's not November yet, but November will be here very, very quickly, which is crazy. Okay, so let's get into it. So on your paper, on your computer, whatever you're using, the first thing that I do is I write the month and the year. And that sounds silly, but I always like to keep track of when I write this because it's so cool to look back and be like, wow, in 2020, I was feeling whatever. Wow, in 2022, I was whatever. Like, I'll even look back at just 3 months ago and the way that I talked or the things that I wrote are just completely different from how I am now, which I think is a good thing because that means I'm progressing. So it's really cool to see how far you've come. So make sure you date it and write the month so you know what you're even talking about. And then split the page in half. So on my Word document, I just make a column all the way down the middle. And that's because we're going to be doing 2 sides for this monthly reset. So on the left side, I like to title this Reflection. And this side is all about the past month because in order to set goals for our next month, you have to be realistic and have clarity on how your past month even went. So on the left side, it's all about the past month. And I like to put reflection really big because we're reflecting. Yeah. Okay, so there's a few categories under reflection that I like to document. Feel free to add things, take away things, whatever doesn't serve you, just leave it. But this is what I do. And if it inspires you to do something else, so be it. All right. So under reflection, the first section that I like to do is small wins from the previous month. So for November, this is where I would talk about my small wins from October. And when I say wins, I mean any kind of wins. They can be really big, doesn't just have to be small, but also really small things like saying no to somebody, setting a boundary, keeping it, getting all the laundry done, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Whatever's a win to you, that's what goes here. No one's going to see this. No one's going to know what you put. So even if you think it's so silly, to me, this is one of the most important parts of my reset because it's so easy to forget the big things and the little things that we've accomplished. I feel like I'm definitely like this, and I know a lot of other people are like this, where we just move on to the next goal so quickly and we forget to just embrace and enjoy the achievement we had. So I sit here and I think of at least 5 wins from the entire month. You can think of at least 5. I promise you can think of at least 5. There should be even more than 5 because every day you're doing something, whether it's getting out of your comfort zone, talking to a stranger, whatever it is, put it there, okay? I've also put big things in there. It's just for me to remember some of my wins, my achievements, and also remind myself that I do things, It's so easy to forget that you're doing something good, okay? So under that, I put all my wins. And then the next section is life lessons from the previous month. And usually here I put just 1 life lesson, if maybe 2, if there is something that sticks out to me. And this is up for interpretation for you. So when I do life lesson, I think about any kind of lesson that I learned, whether it's something I realized about myself, something I realized about the world, or like, for example, last month, I heard this quote or this saying that just really stuck with me and I put it there. Whatever a lesson is that you learned, put it under there. Maybe it was a really difficult lesson that you learned, but it's important to put it there because I love looking back and seeing when I learned what. Seeing what month I was doing whatever where I learned a lesson that stuck with me the rest of my life. That's what goes here. Sometimes I explain it. Sometimes there's a story there. Sometimes it's just one sentence of a saying that really stuck to me. Whatever it is, put it there. For me, this one changes every single month, and I like it that way. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. If you don't have anything to put, that's okay. Don't put anything. There's no pressure in this. And then the last section on this side is my rating of the month. So I like to rate my month on a scale of 1 to 10, and I kind of just make up a number based on how I'm feeling. And this is why I said do it on a day that you feel good, because if you're doing it on a day that you feel bad and it's just something you feel like you need to do, you're going to put like a 3. And I don't want to see any 3s. Not that I'm looking at your page, but it's important to think about the month in the grand scheme. And I know for me, it's a lot easier to think about maybe I didn't do as much as I wanted. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. But think about your month in all the dimensions of your life, your physical health, your social health, your emotional health. How was your occupational health? How was your job? What'd you do? Think about everything in the grand aspects of your life and then rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. When I do this, I give it a rating, like a numerical value, and then I also just give a little explanation just so I know, like future me knows why I put what I put. I talk about maybe the parts of my life that I want to improve on, and then the parts of my life that I think I did really well. And I think it's just a good way to see how I'm doing, a little check-in. All right, so the left side is done. Now the next side we have is moving forward. So this is setting us up for the next month. So under here, we're forgetting the past month and we're thinking about the next month. So for this upcoming month, this will be all about November, what we want November to be, regardless of how October was. For the next month, the first section I do is focus. And under focus, I write 1 word, just 1. What is my focus? What is your focus for the next month? It's usually a verb for me. So sometimes it's execute. Sometimes it's gratitude. Sometimes it's achieve. Sometimes it's continue. Just continue what I'm doing. Maintain. Whatever your words are, put them there. What is your focus for the next month? Sometimes I'll put fitness, because if my fitness has been slacking and I really want my fitness to be my biggest goal, I'll put it there. Whatever your focus is, it doesn't matter. Just put it there, okay? Next section is I want more of and less of. So under more of, I bullet out like 2 or 3 things that I want more of in the next month. So more of can be, I don't know. I'm not even going to tell you. I want you to think about it. Whatever you want more of in the next month, put that there. And then less of. And under less of, think of things that you want less of. Maybe it's things you want to do less of, or maybe it's things you want less of in your life. Maybe that's gossip, drama, fear, self-doubt, burnout, social media, whatever you want less of, put it there. But don't go crazy. Just put 2 or 3 bullet points. And then I like to put, I take care of myself by doing da 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 da. And under that, I just put usually 1 or 2 things that I want to do that I will do to take care of myself in the next month. And then lastly is some affirmations. I like to do a few affirmations at the end. I'm not super big on affirmations, but during this monthly reset, it just feels right. So I do about 3 bullet points of affirmations in present tense of how I'm feeling, usually related to my focus word or usually related to what I'm trying to do more of. That is where I put that, just to kind of put it in present tense to make it like it's already real. And then after that, my monthly reset on this page is all done. Definitely let me know if you try this out. I've been doing this, like I said, for over 3 years now, and it's not even that I look at this every month. I usually don't look at it until the next month, but it's something I've consistently done that I feel like really has worked. Like some of my affirmations I put really come true even the next month, like way sooner than I think. So it's definitely important to put out there what you want in life and what you want to do in life, because no one's going to see this. It doesn't matter what you're putting. Dream really big in this. Like put the things that your inner purpose is telling you. What is your heart telling you? I know you have a goal inside of you that you might even feel embarrassed to tell other people, but this is where you can put it. Don't feel embarrassed putting it here. This is the place to put it. And I promise you, it doesn't even matter if you don't look at this again until the next month. The point is that you sat there and thought about it. Like for me, I know that maybe looking at this page doesn't do anything, but me spending 20, 30 minutes, an hour to figure this out and think about what I really want, that sets me up for a successful month. That I think is what makes this work. So even just spending time thinking about your goals and really getting clear on how you did last month and how you want to do better next month, that really freaking works. Something else that I do every single month is a monthly budget. And I don't have the apps or the fancy little gadgets that people use to track their money. I am so old school with this. Well, not super old school because I use a computer, but I do it on a spreadsheet. I just go through my bank accounts and I go through my expenses, my income. I subtract it. I categorize it. So I put like different categories for my expenses: gas, groceries, social life, going out to eat, shopping, whatever things that I want to track. Your things that you want to track might be a little bit different, but I like to categorize it like that. And then I go through and I kind of see like, okay, last month I spent a lot of money on travel, so that explains that. I've seen that there are so many apps to do this, so you don't even have to like spend a lot of time to do it. I know personally though, when I do it on a spreadsheet and I go through every single expense, it does take a lot of time, but it makes me really sit there and think like, oh yeah, I did spend $20 at Wawa. Oh yeah, I did spend whatever at a random place that I might not have needed, you know? So go through your expenses, go through your income and just see. Make sure that you're saving some money. I know that the first time some of my friends or people around me have done this, they realize like, oh, I was taking out of my savings. So just make sure like if anything, you're looking at income minus expenses and hopefully it's a plus sign, okay? And like I said, I don't always do this on the first of the month. If anything, I usually do it never on the first of the month just because, you know, life gets busy, but I do always find a way to do it every single month at some point. So try it out. Let me know what you think. I promise you that you will see some sort of change in your life if you do something like this. And like I said, you can add, you can subtract. You don't have to follow the prompts I do. That's just what I like and I've been doing. And it's simple, it's to the point, it's effective, and I really like it. So try it out. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys have a great weekend, week, day, whatever and whenever you're listening to this. Definitely check out the Instagram for this podcast. It's at Nerdy and Flirty Pod on Instagram. I'm going to be posting the prompts on there, some templates, and just more stuff about this monthly reset. And I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day. Bye.